The Cleveland Browns have a quarterback problem. Not the kind of problem that makes you nervous. The kind that makes you excited.
I really don't know. I'm not going to name a number one, so that I am not going to name. That chances are that's not going to. I shouldn't say that. Chances are I will not. Now, once we get to the fall, we'll have to dissect the reps how we see fit. I just don't see it after the way Shedeur's played and Deshaun's played. They both played well enough to earn the right to compete to start.
Todd Monken stood at that podium and said something that every Browns fan needed to hear, and almost nobody caught the real meaning. He said he likes both quarterbacks, but here's what he didn't say. He didn't say Watson is ahead. He didn't say Sanders needs work. He didn't say the veteran has the edge. When a head coach refuses to name a starter, that's not confusion. That's protection. You protect the guy you're about to commit to. And when you listen to exactly how Monken talks about Shedeur Sanders versus how he talks about Deshaun Watson, the answer is already there. You just have to know what you're listening for.
Out there, he made a lot of really nice plays, long bounds. How do you feel about his day?
Did a nice job today. He's been getting better and better with each practice day. And I thought Deshaun did some good things today. So I thought they both functioned at a high level. We had a couple pre-snap issues, but I thought they both functioned at a high level today.
Will we see a different rotation of quarterbacks tomorrow?
Yes. It'll flip back tomorrow.
Go back to Week 12 of last season. Shedeur Sanders, a fifth-round pick, gets handed the keys to a broken franchise. No real offensive line, no momentum, a locker room that had already mentally checked out. He went 3-4, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. The outside world called it a disaster. Analysts questioned the pick. People said the Browns had wasted another year on another quarterback. But here's what nobody asked. What does it do to a young man's confidence when he's thrown into a fire that nobody, not a single starting QB in this league, could have survived cleanly? That wound doesn't just disappear in an offseason. You either come back harder from it, or it breaks you quietly. What Monken saw in these OTAs tells us exactly which one happened.
I love how the quarterbacks have worked so hard, competed so hard, and made this decision so difficult for you.
Sure. No, I mean, it's, first of all, it's been great to watch them progress. The sad part is in 2 days they go away for 5 or 6 weeks. That's what sucks. Because you just start to get a little bit of momentum. You're stacking plays. You're seeing some things you really like. We've got to do a great job as a staff of when they get back picking up where they left off.
Monken's exact words at the podium. He's been getting better and better with each practice day. That's Tier 1, observable, consistent, not a one-day flash, every single day, building on the last. Then he said something even more revealing. I just don't see it after the way Shedeur's played and Deshaun's played. They both played well enough to earn the right to compete to start. Read that again slowly. He mentioned Shedeur first, every single time. That's not an accident. Coaches are trained communicators. The name that comes out first is the name living at the front of their mind. And then, the most important moment in the entire press conference, the one nobody clipped, nobody made a video about. A reporter asked him directly, "Have you loved how the quarterbacks have competed and made this decision difficult for you?" Monken paused and said, "It's been fun to watch those guys compete. They're really smart guys, highly competitive, and they've come a long way." Not, Watson brings veteran experience. Not, Deshaun gives us the best chance to win. They've come a long way.
When they get back picking up where they left off. But it's been fun to watch those guys compete. The whole room, they're really smart guys, highly competitive, and they've come a long way. I'm excited about the room.
When you said you're going to continue the quarterback reps throughout the week, split them the last day, does that mean you won't be able to name a number one?
I really don't know. I'm not going to name a number one, so that I am not going to name. That chances are that's not going to. I shouldn't say that. Chances are I will not.
That phrase is doing a lot of heavy lifting. When was the last time a head coach said that a fifth-round rookie from the previous season has come miles in his processing, his progressions, and his understanding of concepts 3 weeks before training camp? That's not routine praise. That's a coach watching someone transform in real time and trying not to say too much too soon. Here's what's actually happening inside Shedeur Sanders' mind right now. Last year, he played with what psychologists call an external locus of control. The line was breaking down, the plays weren't there, the outcomes felt outside his hands. That's the worst mental state for a quarterback, because the moment something goes wrong, and something always goes wrong, the brain has no anchor, no belief that your actions change the result. This offseason, something shifted. Monken didn't just say Sanders got better, he specifically named progressions, reading the field, concepts, understanding the system, getting the ball out, trusting his decisions. Those are not physical improvements, those are psychological ones. That is a quarterback who stopped waiting for perfect conditions and started taking control of outcomes. And Deshaun Watson?
Monken praised his athleticism, his explosiveness, his physical recovery. Notice what he didn't mention: leadership, command, decision-making, mastery of the system. When a coach praises your body, that's one thing. When a coach praises your mind, that's everything. Think about it from Watson's point of view for a second. You've spent 2 years watching your body betray you. 2 Achilles injuries, 2 full seasons lost. You come back and you're competing, genuinely competing, against a 23-year-old who plays with nothing to lose. Watson has everything to prove and everything to lose simultaneously. That psychological weight is real, and it shows up in ways that don't make the highlight reel. Organizations don't accidentally reveal their intentions. They leak them slowly, carefully, so that when the announcement comes, it doesn't feel like a shock. Watch what Monken actually said about naming a starter. Chances are I will not name one. Now, once we get to the fall, we'll have to dissect the reps how we see fit.
He caught himself mid-sentence. He started to say something definitive, stopped, walked it back. That is not a man who is confused. That is a man who already knows the answer and isn't ready to say it out loud yet. And when the reporter reminded him he'd previously said he hoped to name a starter by training camp, Monken didn't say the competition is too close. He said, I like both of them. Translation, one of them has earned it. The other hasn't lost the right to compete yet. Those are different sentences. But to understand why this moment matters so much, go back to the 2025 draft. Shedeur Sanders, son of Dion, expected top 5 pick, fell to the 5th round. Whether that was politics, perception, or something else entirely, that fall left a mark on him, on his father, on everyone watching. The NFL told him something that night. He's been answering that message every single day since. Inside that locker room right now, 52 other men are watching this competition and drawing their own conclusions. Players don't follow depth charts. They follow energy. They follow belief. They follow the guy who walks in every morning like the job is already his. Multiple people inside that building have already chosen a side. The question is whether the coaching staff catches up to what the locker room already knows.
For this season, if Shedeur Sanders wins this job and runs with it, the Browns are not a bottom feeder anymore. They are a dangerous team with a young quarterback who plays angry, a receiving corps building around him, and a head coach whose entire offensive system is built for exactly this type of player. And 3 years from now, if this is the moment Cleveland finally committed, this press conference, these OTAs, this quiet refusal to name anyone else, then this is the beginning of something real. The Browns have been searching for a franchise quarterback since 1999. This might be the moment they stopped searching. Remember the very first thing we said? That Monken already knows who his quarterback is. He just hasn't told anyone yet. After everything you just heard, the language, the order of names, the pauses, the praise, the things left unsaid, do you still think this is genuinely undecided?
Because at the end of all of it, past the press conferences and the rep rotations and the careful non-answers, there is a young man who fell further than anyone expected on the biggest night of his life, who played behind a broken line in a broken season, who came back this offseason and rebuilt himself from the inside out. And now there is a head coach at a podium choosing every word carefully, who keeps saying the same young man's name first. Make of that what you will, but here is the question I'll leave you with. If Shedeur Sanders wins this job, starts week 1, and leads this team to the playoffs, was this always inevitable? Or did the Browns just get lucky that he fell to them? Drop it below. I'll be reading every single one.